Welcome in to Cavalier Field. It is Cade Colbreth up to bat. Down on the count 0-2. The A's have a runner on after they got the unconventional 1-2-3 of the Game Day Angels in the top of the first inning. The throw over to first, not in time. So Edward Gregory Jr., the runner on for the Dodge City A's. And I apologize for being a little bit late. So we're short-handed here tonight. Throw back to first again, not in time. One ball and two strikes to count. Colbreth sends one high. It's popped towards the left field side. It'll drop, and that puts runners on first and second for the Dodge City A's. They overthrow it at first, so the error, and that puts runners now at second and third. So runners on second and third, and that brings in a new face to the Dodge City A's, and Justin Cruz. Nobody out for the A's. Pitch is tight inside. Exit ball one. Cruz, another one of those players from Florida A&M University. Of course, head coach Jeremiah McCollum being able to recruit from there. So he works there and coach there this spring. Cruz takes a called strike to even the count at one apiece. 1-1 delivery from the pitcher Vera. It's called strike. It catches the outer part of the zone. Has Cruz down in the count 1-2. The first at bat for the Dodge City A's that Cruz is getting. Just arrived in Dodge City on Wednesday. Cruz sends one. It's through the left side, and it will put the A's on the board early. They score a run, and it's an RBI single as the Angels throw it in on the field, and Cruz gets an RBI single out of the deal. So that'll bring up Jaden Moreno. He'll take a pitch for a strike from Vera. Down on the count 0-1. Moreno will send one to the left side. That'll score a run. Here comes the second run. They're fielding the ball in left field, and it is a 2 RBI double for Moreno. The A's lead it early, 3-0. That'll bring in Matt Perez. Perez, another Florida A&M University product. A red shirt freshman. Takes a pitch for ball number one. The throw back to second. It'll roll towards the outfield grass, but nothing to be able to advance on for Moreno. So we'll go back to work with Matt Perez. The A's have sent 5 to the plate so far. Still nobody out for the Dodge City A's. Perez will pop that one. It goes foul and out of play. and evens the count at 1 apiece. Perez pops it out into center field, and that puts runners on the corners. Another hit for the Dodge City A's. Brings up Jacoby Radcliffe, and the Angels, well, they're going to have a mound visit here early in the ball game. Dodge City A's YouTube. So that brings in Jacoby Radcliffe. Radcliffe getting his first at bat. He takes a first pitch and fouls it off to be down in the count 0-1. The A's have runners on the corners. The pitch misses inside. Count even at 1. Error works from the first base side of the rubber. Jacoby fouls that one back into the netting. Down in the count 1-2. 3 runs on 5 hits already here in the bottom of the first for the A's. They have a 3-0 lead. Throw over to first is not in time. A game last night that will definitely have league implications. The BJs, they fell to the Hayes Larks in extra innings. So Radcliffe will go down on strikes as he is the first out of the inning to bring in Kane Carlos. The BJs, they gave up 7 unanswered to the Larks late in the ball game. Eerie feeling to a game that was played here at Cavalier earlier in the season as the throw down to first is in time, and now all of a sudden there are 2 away. One and one the count to Kane Carlos. Two and one now the count. Vera, he works from the first base side of the rubber. Carlos, the 7th batter of the inning to come to the plate for the Dodge City A's, as that one's chopped and goes foul up the third base side. And the count will even itself at 2. Coseme Vera Jr. is an incoming freshman, will be attending Seward County Community College this fall. The 2-2 delivery misses on the outside to Carlos, and the count runs full. So we'll see a payoff pitch from Vera. The A's would sure like to add to their lead here. Pitches in, it will hit Carlos, and that'll put runners on the corners. So with 2 away, here comes Blake Coleman. So Blake steps up to the plate. Called strike. The throw down to second is not in time, and that'll score a run. Down the count, 0-2 is Coleman. A's lead at 4-0, and Vera misses with a bat pitch. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. The A's with an early 4-0 lead. But you've heard me say it before, there is no safe lead. That one's grounded. It goes out into right field, bobbled by the right fielder. Coleman will hold up at first, and that'll score another run. So the A's will send the entire order to the plate here in the bottom of the first. They've scored 5 runs, 2 away with the runner on at first. Coleman will take Velasco takes strike number 1. The 0-1 delivery from Veras. Velasco sends it out into center field. It's going deep, going and gone over the wall. It's a 2-run shot over dead red center field here at Cavalier. Velasco, he got a hold of that one, and it is bye-bye birdie as the A's lead it 7-0. Well, that'll return us back to the top of the order. Gregory Jr. gets his second at-bat in the bottom of the first. The A's leading 7-0. So the Angels, they've already got a big hill to climb. They're in a 7-run deficit. Gregory takes strike 2. It's down on the count, 0-2. Earl miss outside. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Earl misses outside again. It'll even the count at 2. That'll end the inning as Gregory will go down on strikes, but the A's, they score 7 runs on 7 hits, and that will send us to the top of the second. You've been listening to Dart City A's Baseball. Tyler Ginrich leads off in the top of the second for the Angels after they went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first, and it is a 1-1 count to Ginrich. Carson Lindsay getting the start tonight on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Ginrich will ground it to the shortstop Carlos. Throw to first in time for out number 1. 1 away for the Angels, and that'll bring in David Brab. Down in the count, 0-1 is Brab. Lindsay fires in. Brab sends a jam shot down the right field line, and it will roll out towards right field. The Angels, they have a runner aboard. Brings in Cameron Kittredge. Kittredge, he will take a strike down in the count 0-1. The 0-1 delivery is swung on, and he comes up empty on the offering from Lindsay. Kittredge is down in the count 0-2. One away already in the inning for the Angels. That pitch misses low from Lindsay. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lindsay works from the third base side of the rubber. He'll get a foul tip there. Count remains 1-2. The A's are looking for a win here tonight after suffering a 2-14 run rule loss at Great Bend on Wednesday. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. That brings in Cliff Goldie. Goldie, a returner to this Game Day Angels squad. He's played for the Angels at least last year for sure that I can remember. He'll take a healthy hat, comes up empty on the offering from Lindsay. Goldie down in the count, or evens the count now at 1 apiece. So that pitch was left high from Lindsay. 2 away for the Game Day Angels. They're down 7 runs early in this ball game. Goldie will take that pitch. It's fouled off over to our left, and it will bring the count to 1-2. Game 18 of the season for the Dodge City A's, and they're looking for another series win if they can set up a win here tonight. Pitch is foul tipped, and he'll go down on strikes. That ends the inning, and we are headed to the bottom of the second. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Cade Colbreth leads off in the bottom of the second. The A's, they have a 7-run lead. Colbreth is down in the count, 0-2. Colbreth will send a fly ball. It's out into right field, just ahead of the warning track and pulled down by the right fielder for out number 1. I'll bring up a new face to the Dodge City A's in Justin Cruz, getting his second at bat. He singled the last time he was up. One away for the A's, and Cruz will take a pitch high. It's ball number 1. Cruz, as I said, from Florida A&M University, comes from Archer, Florida. Just finished his junior season. Takes a called strike. It will even the count at 1 apiece. Vera misses inside. Makes it 2-1. Vera's thrown 42 pitches so far in the ball game. He'll miss low and outside on that one. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 delivery coming from Vera. Called strike as it caught the outer part, or inner part of the zone, I should say. Runs a count full. Payoff pitch here. Vera kicks and fires. Grounded at the first baseman. He'll take it himself, does Ginrich, and that is out number 2. So that brings in Jaden Moreno with 2 away now. Two away for the A's. Moreno will take a ball low and outside. The A's, they have a 3-game series with these Angels. Moreno pops one. It's headed out into the outfield, converging into the Bermuda Triangle. Pulling it down is the right fielder, and the A's, they're going to go down 1, 2, 3, and we're headed to the top of the third. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back in to Cavalier Field, top of the third. The A's with a 7-run lead. It'll be Harbison, Hubert, and Sanea due up for the Game Day Angels as they are trying to complete their first trip through the batting order. Leading off, it is William Harbison getting his first at bat to face off against Carson Lindsay, who has thrown 25 pitches. He'll miss with a ball outside to start Harbison off 1-0. Top of the third here at Cavalier Field in Game 1 of the series between the Angels and your Dodge City A's. Called strike on the out inner edge. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Lindsay will fire and miss to the outside on that one. Makes it 2-1. A few fans have gathered out by the outfield statue. A little to the right of where Isaiah Velasco blasted a home run in the bottom of the first. A pitch fouled off by Harbison. Evens a count at 2. So it's Coleman, Cruz, and Radcliffe left to right in the outfield. The 2-2 delivery, Lindsay fires in. Misses inside. The count runs full. Across the infield, third to first, it is Perez, Carlos, Gregory Jr., and Colbreth. Velasco, the catcher, behind the plate, and Lindsay on the mound. That completes a battery, and a leadoff walk will get a runner aboard for the Game Day Angels. That brings up Kyle Hubert. Hubert batting at the bottom of the order tonight for the Angels. The first pitch that he sees from Lindsay misses just a little bit outside. Makes it 1-0. Delivery coming. Runner on for the Angels, a swing and a miss, and that evens a count at 1 apiece. Top of the third here at Cavalier as Hubert fouls that one off and finds himself now down in the count 1-2. It's fouled off into the field that's off to the right. Grassy open field. There's grass fields to our left, which are utilized by the Dodge City YMCA for soccer camps. Blasted out into center field, and it will go to the wall. It bounces off the wall, getting the windmill home. And that is an RBI double for Hubert. It scores Harbison from first. The Angels have a run on the board. Sai Santanella back at the top of the order. He got on an error his first time up. Would be erased in a double play. Takes a pitch low for ball number 1. Throw down to third. Not in time. Two balls and no strikes account. Velasco's going to go out. He's going to have a conversation with Lindsay on the mound. Carson Lindsay's up to 37 pitches in the ball game. So we'll go back to work. Counts 2 balls and no strikes to Santanea. Runner on third with nobody out. 1 run in the inning. Grounded up the middle. That'll easily score a run. Well, the Angels are starting to chip away at things as that brings in Harbison. He went down looking the first time he was at the plate. "7-2 A's. We're in the top of the third. Called strike catches the upper part of the zone. Harbison's down in the count, 0-1. Harbison, another one of those returners to the Game Day Angels. Snap throw down to first and the swiping tag. Oh, and 2 the count. Lindsay looking in. He's got what he wants and comes set. Misfire outside. Makes it 1-2. Two runs in for the Angels in the inning as Harbison fouls one off to our right. Count will remain 1-2. The A's are looking for their first out of the inning. Santanea on at first for the Angels as a pitch misses high and inside to even the count at 2 apiece. Two, and he will go down swinging. For out number 1. That'll bring in Dylan Voles. Voles grounded into the double play that the Angels went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. 1 away for Voles. Throw over to first is not in time. Voles will make contact, sends it out into center field and over the center field wall. It's a 2-run shot. The Angels, they've scored 4 here in the top of the third. So that'll bring in Ginrich, but first we're going to have a mound visit from head coach Jeremiah McCollum. Take this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors: the City of Dodge City and Ford County, the Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, Lewis Automotive Group, and Curbs Law Office, LLC. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So that mound visit's going to break up, and we will go back to work. Ginrich, the 6th batter to come to the plate in the top of the third for the Game Day Angels. First pitch delivered is a ball outside. Still just one away. Nobody on now. Ginrich will make contact. It's a fly ball out towards left field. Coleman ranging to his left, pulls it down on the warning track for out number 2. So that'll bring in David Brab. Brab singled the last time he was at the plate. A's lead at 7-4. 4 runs on 4 hits already now for the Angels is a called strike to Brab. Down in the count, 0-1. Brab makes contact. It'll be popped up, headed out into right field, and Radcliffe there to pull that one down. That'll end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the third. The A's with a 3-run lead. They'll have the middle of the order due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, Matt Perez set to lead off for the Dodge City A's as we've entered the bottom of the third. It is 7-4 A's. Vera back on the mound for the Angels as it's chopped over the pitcher's head, fielded by the second baseman, throw to first in time. It is Voles to Ginrich for out number 1. That'll bring in Jacoby Radcliffe. One away for Radcliffe. Got caught swinging his last time up. He'll show bunt, pulls it back. Takes the pitch outside for ball number 1. Radcliffe starts to show bunt again. He'll pull back. Moves ahead in the count 2-0. Few high clouds starting to filter in from the west. Winds blowing out of the south here at Cavalier. The pitch swung on and missed. It makes the count 2-1. 3-1 delivery. Radcliffe made contact on an attempted bunt. The count will run full as it went foul. So a payoff pitch coming from Vera, who is now at 52 pitches. 53. The payoff pitch. Low and inside, and that walks a runner on for the Dodge City A's. It'll bring up Kane Carlos, who was hit by pitch his last time up. The A's, they've scored all 7 of their runs back in the bottom of the first, but the Angels started to chip away in the top of the third. So A's scored 4 in the top of this inning. So 1 out and 1 on for the A's for Kane Carlos. Vera will miss for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch misses inside. The throw down to second is not in time as Radcliffe will steal. Carlos ahead in the count now, 2-0. The A's starting to do what they do well, which is steal bases, as Vera misses high. Thought he might have had a strike, but it's 3 balls and no strikes to Kane Carlos. The pitch taking all the way. The throw down to third was not in time, and pitch was called strike. Carlos was taking all the way no matter what. 3 balls and 1 strike the count. Carlos makes contact, and it's down into left field. That'll easily score a run, bobbled by the left fielder, as that throw in will roll. And that is going to be officially scored a hit and an error. So that brings in Blake Coleman. Coleman will swing and miss. Down in the count, 0-2. Coleman singled the last time he was up. Carlos with the lead off of second as Vera misses low. Count 1-2. The A's lead at 8-4 as they've gotten a run back here in the bottom of the third. Vera takes a look out at second at Carlos, and Coleman will tap that one foul. Count remains 1-2. Vera spikes it in front of the mound. Count even at 2 now. Pitch was fouled off to the left. It's out of play. 2-2 delivery again from Vera as he takes a long look at second. Pitch misses inside and will plunk Coleman. He'll be hit by pitch, and that'll put runners on first and second. That brings up Isaiah Velasco. He blasted the 2-run homer the last time he was up. The A's with runners on first and second. Velasco sends one up the middle, and it's to second for one. They throw to first for the double play. It's a 6-3 double play that will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the fourth. You've been listening to Dart City A's Baseball. Kittredge is set to lead off here in the top of the fourth for the Game Day Angels. It's 8-4 A's. Kittredge, he went down swinging his last time up. Carson Lindsay back on the mound for the Dodge City A's. He'll miss high for ball number one. Sorry, the stats tonight are going to be minimal. Running by myself as that pitch is fouled off. Evens a count at 1. See if I can get to some things here a little later on in the broadcast. 1-1 pitch from Lindsay. He'll fire in. It's fouled back and out of play. And it has Kittredge down in the count 1-2. Well, the Denver Cougars are leading the Liberal BJs tonight 1-0. That game currently in the top of the fourth. 2-2 will miss high, and the count runs full. So payoff pitch here to the leadoff. It's 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup due up for the Angels here. The payoff from Lindsay. It's fouled back into the netting, and we'll see it over again. Lindsay gets it, gets his foot on the rubber, and gets set. Has what he wants. Fires in. It's fouled back into the netting, and it's an extended at bat now for Kittredge. Eighth pitch of the at bat coming to Kittredge from Carson Lindsay, who is now at 55 pitches in the ball game. No work in either bullpen at this point. Payoff pitch part 3. Lindsay will fire in, and it's inside for a leadoff walk. That'll bring up Cliff Goldie. Goldie went down swinging on a caught foul tip. Goldie, by the way, is also the beer batter here tonight for the game. What does that mean here at Cavalier Field? Well, the beer batter, if he strikes out, is $1 off beers for 15 minutes. He'll take a pitch high from Lindsay to move ahead in the count 1-0. The runner goes, is fouled off. Kittredge will have to go back to first. Count even at 1. So the A's and Angels are playing a 3-game series tonight, tomorrow night, more importantly on Sunday. That game 1:30 p.m. here at Cavalier Field. Throw over to first, not in time as Culbreth drops it, but no harm done, no foul. One and one, the count to Goldie. Pitch, little excuse me as he fouls that one off and falls down in the count 1-2. After the 3-game series here with the Angels this weekend, the A's will take to the road Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week. I'll be at Hayes, at Newton, and at Derby. Well, Goldie will strike out swinging, and that is out number 1. Brings up William Harbison with 1 on and 1 away. Harbison walked on the last time he was up. One-0 count to William Harbison. Runner now at second after a wild pitch from Carson Lindsay. No work in either bullpen right now. Lindsay will miss outside as Harbison moves ahead in the count 2-0. Fouls that one off. It goes out into the grassy field to our right. 2 balls and 1 strike. Delivery will miss high. Three and 1 to Harbison. He drew the walk the last time he was up. Runner on second. He'll make contact. Fields it down the right field sign. Radcliffe giving chase. He'll pull it down in fair territory, and it will move Kittredge over to third with 2 away. Brings up Kyle Hubert. Hubert doubled the last time he was up, drove one into deep center field. This game just over the hour mark here at Cavalier as he'll drive one through the right field side. It scores a run and is 8-5 A's. Sai Sanea now up for the Game Day Angels. A throw down to second, not in time. Waiting for the official call from the umpire because I'll be honest, I did not see what the pitch was. I think it was a ball. Pitch is sent right at Radcliffe into right field, and that will end the inning. The Angels get another run across. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth, 8-5 A's. You've been listening to Darts of the A's Baseball. Leading off in the fourth, we're at the top of the order. It is Edward Gregory Jr. He's 1 for 2, and he'll take the first pitch he sees, sends it out into center field for a single. He went down swinging his last time up, so 2 singles already in the ball game for Edward Gregory Jr. The A's have one on with nobody out. That'll bring up Cade Colbreth. See, throw back to first, not in time. Throw to first again, not in time. So Vera very cognizant of the A's running game. Colbreth will send one to left field. It's pulled down on the warning track by Goldie, the left fielder, for out number 1. Throw to first again, not in time. Cruz makes contact on a first pitch, but it is bobbled. It will be a straight up E9 as it was in his glove and fell out. Kyle Hubert not putting the squeeze on it. He bobbles it. Moreno takes the first pitch. It's skied to right field, and Hubert there pulls it down. It'll be a sac fly as both runners tag up and move forward. Brings up Matt Perez with 2 away. The A's, they're working their third trip through the batting order. Runners on second and third. Perez makes contact. It's a high fly ball towards center field. Harbison will pull it down, and that will end the inning as the A's strand 2, and we're headed to the top of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. The A's make the call to the bullpen, and it is Ryan Young who takes over the mound for the Dodge City A's. He delivers a strike to Harbison, and he'll pop up the second pitch he sees out into center field, pulled down by Cruz, and it is out number 1. Brings in Dylan Voles. He'll take a ball. Young will deliver on the outside edge and gets the strike call to even the count at 1 apiece to Voles. He's 1 for 2, hit a home run his last time up. Young delivers low. Count 2-1. 2-1 delivery. Young misses low again. Makes it 3-1. Pitch. It's a called strike. The count runs full. Voles will foul it off. We'll see a payoff pitch again from Young. Young, another Florida A&M pitcher. Works from the right side of the rubber. The payoff pitch again is swung on and missed, and down goes Voles with the strikeout. That's 2 away for the Angels. We're in the top of the 5th. The A's lead it 8-5. That brings in Tyler Ginrich. He's 0 for 2. A ground out and a fly out. Both times he has been at the plate. Lights on here at Cavalier Field. A few high clouds filtering in from the west. The pitch misses inside for ball 1. Called strike. It'll even the count at 1. Now Ginrich gets ahead in the count. 2-1. There's 2 away, nobody on as Cruz breaks off a backdoor bender, but not Cruz. Ryan Young with the backdoor bender. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. The delivery, inside strike call. The count runs full. Another payoff pitch coming. It's a foul ball, a missile down the left field side. It goes out of play. See the payoff again. Up the third baseline this time, cut off by Perez. The throw to first, not in time. It was deep in the hole. It's hard to call an error, so it's going to be an infield hit for Ginrich. Brings up David Brab, who is 1 for 2, flew out the last time he was up. Eight to 5 A's. 1 on, 2 away for the Angels. He'll take a strike call on the outer edge. Falls down in the count, 0-1. Lindsay and Young both, neither have a record. Just joined the team last week. 0-2 the count now to Brab. Young is making his second appearance. He pitched against the Denver Cougars back on the 21st. Comes in to the game with a 10.8 ERA. He Allowed 4 runs. All 4 of them were earned, but struck out 3 and walked 1 on 6 hits in that outing. He also pitched 3 1/3 innings. Count even at 2. Deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. Young takes a look over at first and fouled back. So the count remains 2-2. It was a half-hearted swing by Brab. 2-2. Brab makes contact. Perez ranging in, makes the throw to first. In time, that'll do it. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. The A's will have Radcliffe, Carlos, and Coleman due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Jacoby Radcliffe set to lead off for the Dodge City A's as we've entered the bottom of the 5th. It is 8-5 A's. Radcliffe is 0 for 1 in the ball game. He walked on the last time he was up, and first pitch out of the bullpen for Lentz is ball 1. Lentz works on the third base side of the rubber. Throws over the top, and it's a called strike catching the outer edge. It evens a count at 1. Lentz misses high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Lentz, the left-handed pitcher, is an incoming freshman at NJC, so I'm guessing at New Mexico Junior College. The throw to first is in time, and that will be out number 1 as Radcliffe is retired on the 5-3 ground out. Brings up Kane Carlos with 1 away. Carlos is 1 for 1, was hit by pitch, and then singled the last time he was up. Carlos shows bunt, pulls it back, takes it low for ball number 1. We haven't talked about it in a while. Dimensions here at Cavalier Field, it is 330 down both right and left field lines, 348 into the power alleys, 404 to dead red center. Pitch was called strike to Kane Carlos, evens the count at 1. Nobody on and 1 away for the A's in the bottom of the 5th. Two-one delivery from Lentz. It's called strike on the inner edge. Evens a count at 2. Carlos makes contact. It's popped up on the left side, and pulling it down is Goldie for out number 2. Brings up Blake Coleman. Coleman's 1 for 1. He was hit by pitch his last time up. Yeah, he's working to complete their 3rd trip through the batting order. Isaiah Velasco stands in the on-deck circle as Coleman will take a called strike on the inside edge. He'll fall down in the count 0-1. Lentz misses outside that time. Evens a count at 1. Lentz has a little bit of a different pitching motion. He comes more over the top than what you see with a lot of pitchers. Of course, the lefty on the mound for the Game Day Angels, he'll induce a swing coming up empty on the offering, and it evens a count at 2. It's deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard here at Cavalier. The 2-2 from Lentz is a half-hearted swing, and Coleman will go down on strikes. It's a drop 3rd strike. Applying the tag is the catcher, and we are headed to the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. One pitch and one out. Blake Coleman catching the fly ball out in left field from Cameron Kittredge. One away for the Angels. Goldie will take the first pitch he sees. It comes up empty on the swing. One and one the count to is Cliff Goldie at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Went down swinging his last time up. Struck out both times he's been at the plate. He fouls that one off. Finds himself down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One, two coming from Young. Makes contact and goes foul down the right field side. Hits the fence. Count remains 1 and 2. Young has thrown 27 pitches since he took over the mound for the Dodge City A's. He'll take a step off as Jacoby Radcliffe goes to gather that ball and throw it in. We'll go back to work. Young steps on. Getting the sign from his catcher, Velasco. The pitch is fouled down the left field side this time. The count remains 1 and 2. The Denver Cougars, they are leading the Liberal BJs 3-0. That game entering the bottom of the 6th at Brent Gould Field. Young misses to the outside. Will even the count at 2. Goldie collects his first hit of the ball game as he sends one down the left field line and fair. That'll bring in William Harbison. One away for Harbison. The Angels trailing 8-5. It's a big 7-run first inning for the Dodge City A's. Otherwise, without that inning, they could be down 5-1 at this point. They lead at 8-5. They scored 7 in the first and 1 in the third. The Angels, they scored 4 in the third and 1 in the fourth. The first pitch to Harbison is a called strike. He finds himself down in the count 0-1. Young throws back over to first, but it's not in time. More just to hold Goldie over there and make sure that he knows that he's watching. So Young looking in, has his sign and come set. 0-1 is up the middle. They'll go to second for 1. The throw to first in time, and the Angels ground into the double play. That'll end the top of the 6th. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Velasco, Gregory, and Colbreth due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Lentz is back out for his second inning of work as we enter the bottom of the sixth. It is Velasco, Gregory, and Colbreth due up. The A's are completing their third trip through the batting order. Velasco's 1 for 2. He grounded out the last time he was up. He'll face Lentz back on the mound as breaks off an inside bender. This is high. Velasco moves ahead in the count 1-0. Lentz misses high and inside again. It's 2-0. Coming up empty on the Lentz offering is Velasco. He's down in the count 1-2. Sorry, ahead in the count 2-1. My bad. Lentz will miss high and outside. 3 balls, 1 strike to count to Isaiah Velasco, the leadoff hitter in the 6th inning for the Dodge City A's. He'll draw the leadoff walk. The A's have a runner aboard. Brings up Edward Gregory Jr., who is 2 for 3. He singled both times. They strike out in between. The courtesy runner for Velasco is going to be Paxton Huff. So back at the top of the order for the A's with Edward Gregory Jr., who is batting .288 on the season. Throw back to first, not in time. You could read a book on that one. There is work down in the bullpen for the Game Day Angels. Throw to first again, not in time. Well, the Game Day Angels seem to be more concerned about runners on base than they are making pitches to the batter at the plate. Gregory shows bunt, pulls it back, takes it high for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery is sent out into center field, but ranging it to his right and pulling it down is Harbison for out number 1. Brings in Cade Colbreth with 1 away and 1 on. Colbreth is batting .284 on the season for the Dodge City A's. First pitch to Colbreth misses high for ball 1. The throw down to second, not in time. A stolen base for Huff. .1-0 pitch to Cade. He's 1 for 3. Flew out the last time he was up. Pops one high. It's to the left field side, and it will be pulled down in foul territory for out number 2. Brings in Justin Cruz. He's 1 for 3. Got on an error the last time he was up. He'll send one right back up the middle, and Huff rounding third, getting the run home, and the A's lead it 9-5. Brings up Jaden Moreno. He comes up with 2 on and or 1 on and 2 away. He'll take a ball low. Moreno is 1 for 2, hit into a sac fly the last time he was up. The throw to second is in time, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the 7th. The A's lead at 9-5. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, I believe the official win will go to ice cream on the ketchup, hot dog, and mustard race. That was the ketchup, hot dog, and mustard race. We're headed to the top of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Kyle Hubert set to lead off for the Game Day Angels. Takes a pitch high. But on the second pitch he sees, he'll send it out into left field, and Blake Coleman there to pull it down for out number 1. Sanea pops one to right to Radcliffe, and quickly 2 away. That'll bring in James Harbison. He's 0 for 3. Young sends one in. It's grounded up the middle. So for the first time tonight, Harbison gets a board. That'll bring in Dylan Voles. He's 1 for 3. Got caught swinging the last time he was at the plate. 1 on at 2 away for the Angels. We've entered the top of the 7th. The A's lead at 9-5. Twist, but takes a called strike to fall down in the count 0-1. The 0-1 delivery coming from Ryan Young is swung on and missed. Harbison comes up empty on the offering. He's down in the count 0-2. O2 delivery. Young fires, misses low. One ball and 2 strikes. One, 2 pitch. Young takes a look over at first. Fires outside. Count evens itself at 2. It's deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. And the 2-2 delivery. Up the left field side, it will fall foul. Count remains 2-2. Voles hit into a home run before he struck out. The Angels are working their 4th trip through the batting order. Voles will foul that one. It's over to the left again, hitting off the fence. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming. The same defensive alignment for the A's. Coleman, Cruz, and Radcliffe left to right in the outfield. Perez, Carlos, Gregory, and Colbreth. Third to first across the infield. Fielded by King Carlos at short. The throw to first. In time. That'll end the inning, and a great throw. It is stretch time in Dodge City. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Jaden Moreno leads off. He takes a pitch low from Lentz. Fouls off the second one he seized to even the count at 1 apiece. Moreno was 1 for 2, hit into a sac fly the last time he was up. He was actually up. Justin Cruz was picked off in the last half inning for the Dodge City A's. Pitch misses low. Moreno will make contact, sends it up the first base line, and fielded by Ginrich for out number 1. Brings up Matt Perez with 1 away. Perez is 1 for 3. He flew out his last time up. Perez, he's batting .262 on the season for the Dodge City A's. It's game 18 of the season as pitch misses just a bit outside. Perez ahead in the count, 1-0. Perez will foul that one off. Goes back behind us and out of play. Count even at 1. Two and 1 the count to Matt Perez. He'll foul that one off. It goes out of the play. Evens the count at 2. Nobody on and 1 away for the A's as they lead at 9-5 in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch down low from Lentz. It runs the count full, and it's a countdown on the scoreboard. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, and a payoff pitch coming from Lentz, who has thrown 34 pitches so far in the ball game. He'll miss inside, and Perez will draw the walk. So the A's have a runner aboard. That brings up Jacoby Radcliffe. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. He grounded out the last time he was up. Radcliffe batting .220 on the season. Throw back to first, not in time. Lentz a lefty on the mound for the Game Day Angels. See, throw to first again, not in time. Really should be keeping track of the pickoff attempts. So there has been a bunch of them. Pitch misses low. Radcliffe makes contact. It's a high fly ball going to right field on the warning track and over the right field wall. Kiss it goodbye. It's a 2-run shot for Jacoby Radcliffe, and the A's lead it 11-5. The 11th run and 11th hit of the ball game as Game Day Angels catcher is working on something. I don't know if it... Something snapped. Maybe a strap. I think he's working on his helmet piece. Either way, we'll go to work. It is Kane Carlos due up next for the Dodge City A's. They are going to switch helmets. Brab, the catcher for the Game Day Angels. So it's Kane Carlos stepping up. He's 1 for 2. Flew out the last time he was up. Carlos, he's batting .242 on the season. Takes a pitch high for the ball number 1. Hit by pitch, single, and fly out the night that Carlos has had so far at the plate. The A's lead at 11-5, and the pitch again misses high from Lentz. Carlos ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 delivery right down Broadway, called strike. Two and one the count. One away for the Dodge City A's. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Carlos pops that one high. It'll stay in play. It'll be pulled down by Goldie out in left field for out number 2. That'll bring up Blake Coleman. Coleman, the 8-hole hitter tonight for the Dodge City A's. He is 1 for 2. Was tagged out on a drop third strike the last time he was up. 2 away for the A's. Coleman's batting .298 on the season. Down to the count, 0-1. The pitch chopped foul up the third base line, and he'll fall down in the count, 0-2. Coleman chops that when it's foul up the third base line again. Count remains 0-2. Coleman makes contact again, nearly in the same spot, fouled off. 3 straight fouled off by Coleman. 5th pitch of the at-bat coming. Count remains 0-2. Lentz delivers low for ball 1. There is work down in the bullpen for the Game Day Angels. The pitch grounded up the middle. It'll roll out into left center field for a single. So the A's have a runner aboard. For Isaiah Velasco. Velasco's 1 for 2 as the A's are completing their 4th trip through the batting order. Isaiah takes ball number 1. Come up empty on the offering. It evens a count at 1. Isaiah's batting .265 on the season. 1-1 pitch. This is inside. It's 2-1. Delivery from Lentz, who is at 50 pitches, is popped into foul territory and will fall out of play beyond the fence on the left field side. Count evens itself at 2. It's Deuces Wild across the top of the scoreboard. The 2-2 delivery Out into right field. It's a hit. Coleman rounds second, but he will retreat back. The A's have runners now on first and second. Back at the top of the order for the Dodge City A's. We return to the top of the order to Edward Gregory Jr. Paxton Huff will go out to be the courtesy runner. So Edward Gregory Jr. steps in. He's 2 for 4. He flew out the last time he was up. 2 on and 2 away for the A's. Coleman has a big lead off of second, and it's ball 1 delivered to Edward Gregory Jr. Fouls that one. Diving stop by the catcher, Brab. Edward moves ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. With 26 runs scored on 15 hits this season, he'll take a half-hearted swing, fouls the pitch off, evens a count at 2, and we have, again, Deuces Wild. Second baseman Voles was playing way back. In fact, the entire infield is playing back. This pitch misses low. The count runs full. Payoff pitch from Lentz. Runners go, and it's swung on and missed. That will end the inning. And we are headed to the top of the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. One ball and no strike to count as James Harbison is leading off for the Game Day Angels on the 1-1 pitch. It's driven out into right center field. Harbison rounding first and digging for second. He'll be in with a double. Sorry, that was Ginrich. One 0 count to Brab, who has 1 for 3. Grounded out the last time he was up. 1 on and nobody out. The pitch called strike from Young, who is back out on the mound. Ryan Young has thrown 48 pitches in the ball game so far. Come in relief of the starter Lindsay as that one's fouled off. It gets Brab down in the count 1-2. A's have out hit the Angels 13-9. Time is called and Brab will step out. 11 runs on 13 hits, 1 error for the A's. They've stranded 5. 5 runs, 9 hits, and 3 errors for the Game Day Angels. Young will yank one. And that'll move the runner over to third. Count even at 2. Offering it comes up empty. It will go down on strikes, does Brab. That'll bring in Cameron Kittredge. Kittredge is 0 for 2. He flew out the last time he was at the plate. No work in either bullpen right now. Kittredge takes a called strike on the outside edge. Falls down in the count 0-1. This game a little over 2 hours now. Kittredge pops it up. Fielded by Radcliffe. The throw home. Not in time. It was a good throw, but just not able to make the sweeping tag. The Angels get a run in the top of the 8th. They trail 11-6. Well, nobody on and 2 away now for Cliff Goldie, who is 1 for 3. He singled. Takes a pitch low and inside for ball 1. It was Ryan Young on the mound, making his second appearance. He pitched against the Denver Cougars. Goldie ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. It's a 4-pitch walk. Brings in William Harbison, who is 0 for 2. He grounded out the last time he was at the plate. 1 on and 2 away. We've entered the top of the 8th. The A's lead at 11-6. Throw over to first is not in time. Still awaiting the first pitch to Harbison, who has only been on once via free pass. Throw over to first again, not in time. Young set, delivers. A little high and inside. Thought about a snap throw down to first. Harbison moves ahead in the count, 1-0. Pitch is fouled off. Even the count at 1. Throw to first again, not in time. One coming up. Young looking in. He's got his sign and come set. Delivered high. Ball 2. Two-one delivery. Little half-hearted swing lined right back at Young, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Let's thank our home run sponsors, Cargill Meat Solutions, Lauren Dahl, I Don't Care Family Restaurant and Sports Bar, LLC, Parker Haskins Insurance Incorporated, TCBP LLC, Jimmy John's, the Victory Electric Cooperative Association Incorporated, and Forgone Financial LLC, Koch Fertilizer, Deriva Energy, Rabine Brothers, United Wireless Communications Incorporated, and Dodge City Kenworth. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's Baseball. Headed to the bottom of the 8th, and the A's lead it 11-6 as Cade Colbreth is set to face off. He will face a new pitcher on the mound. It is number 21, Connor Brennan. Brennan getting his first experience on the mound here in Dodge City. He works from the third base side of the rubber. Colbreth takes a pitch high. It is ball number 1. Cade Colbreth, he's scored 15 runs on 19 hits this season. The 1-0 pitch from Bennon catches the outer part of the zone, and it evens a count at 1. One misses high. Connor Brennan, the lefty, as an incoming freshman, will go to Fort Hays State University this fall. 2-1 the count to Colbreth. So he takes a called strike inside this time, and it will even the count at 2. The 2-2 delivery. Swung on and missed, and the first strikeout of the inning. 1 away for the A's as that brings in Justin Cruz, who is 2 for 4. Singled the last time he was up. The A's working their 5th trip through the batting order here in the bottom of the 8th. Cruz sends a hard hit ball out into left field, and the A's have a runner aboard.
Congratulations to Bill Gurley and the winner of our 50/50 jackpot tonight, $118.
So the A's are going to send a pinch runner out now instead of a courtesy runner. It's going to be a pinch runner. Cruz might be hobbling a little bit. Huff down in the count, or no, sorry. Moreno is down in the count 0-1. He's 1 for 3, grounded out the last time he was up. Long look over at first from Brennan. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Runner goes. A pitch is fouled off by Moreno, and the count remains 1-2. One-two pitch coming again. At the shortstop, it is a line out for the second out of the inning. Brings in Matt Perez. Perez is 1 for 3. He drew the free pass and a walk the last time he was up. Perez chops one foul right at Coach McCollum. Down in the count, 0-1. 1 on, 2 away for the A's. Angels will be down to their final 3 outs. The top of the 9th. Pitch is fouled off again by Perez. He's down in the count 0-2. Perez chops one to the third baseman. A high throw. They say he kept his foot on the bag, and that will end the inning, but Coach McCollum is asking for the field umpire to get help. So we'll see what the call is before we take the step aside. If the call is overturned, the A's will have 2 on with 2 away. And it is. It's overturned. The call is safe, and the A's have 2 on with 2 away. So it's a throwing error. So that'll bring in Jacoby Radcliffe as the entire Angels team was off the field after the call was overturned, and they'll have to go back on. So that'll bring in Jacoby Radcliffe. Radcliffe was 1 for 3. He hit into a home run his last time up. Pitch misses high. Radcliffe ahead in the count, 1-0. Off the end of the bat, going foul and out of play to our left. It will even the count at 1. Brennan takes a long look back at second. Huff there. Radcliffe grounds one to the first baseman. He'll take it on his own, and that will end the inning this time. And we're headed to the top of the 9th. The Angels down to their final 3 outs. And at the top of the 9th when we come back, you've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. The Angels are down to their final 3 outs as we've entered the top of the 9th. The A's lead it 11-6. Caden Stewart takes over the mound for the Dodge City A's. The righty working from the first base side of the rubber will face off against Kyle Hubert. Delivers a strike inside and has Hubert down in the count 0-1. Hubert is 2 for 3. He flew out his last time up, a double and a single before that. Pitch is called strike, and Hubert not happy as he walks out of the box. He's down in the count 0-2. (3-2) Liberal. That game has entered the top of the 10th. Nope. 3-2 final in Liberal. The BJs fall to the Denver Cougars. Hubert calls for time. He steps back out of the box. We'll go back to work. It is 1-2 the count. Grounded at the shortstop, Carlos. Throw to first in time. And Hubert retired for out number 1. Back at the top of the order with Isai Centinella. He is 1 for 4. He flew out the last time he was up. Takes a high ball 1. The A's do have a pitcher down in the bullpen in case things happen to go sideways for Stewart. Pitch misses high and inside again. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Santania. Stewart from the first base side of the rubber induces a swing. Comes up empty on the offering, does Santania. 2-1 the count. Pitch is fouled off. Evens a count at 2. Caden Stewart has a 1-2 record overall for the Dodge City A's on the mound. So pitch misses, and the count runs full. Stewart's making his 6th appearance for the Dodge City A's as Santania will foul off the payoff. He picked up the win against the Denver Cougars on June the 21st. Took the loss against the Rough Riders on June the 13th and also against the Larks on June the 11th. Payoff again. Called strike, and he will go down looking, does Santania, for out number 2. That'll bring in James Harbison. Harbison is 1 for 4, singled the last time he was up. Stewart's pitched 8 innings so far this season, has a 1.12 ERA. The pitch, first one is fouled back into the netting and has Harbison down in the count 0-1. The A's are 1 out away from claiming victory here tonight over the Game Day Angels, looking to improve to 500. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Harbison's down in the count 0-2. The A's are just possibly one strike away from victory. The 0-2 pitch. Stewart comes set. Time is called. Now we'll go back to work. Stewart remaining with the pitch that was called. Comes set. Fires and misses outside for ball one. In the win against the Denver Cougars, Stewart pitched an inning and 2/3. 2 2/3 is his longest outing. That came against the Rough Riders back on June the 13th. The pitch fouled off again. The count remains 1-2. One, two. Delivered low. Count even at 2. It's Deuces Wild across the top of the scoreboard. The 2-2. Fly ball that will go out into right center field. So one aboard for the Angels. Brings in Dylan Voles. He's 1 for 4. Voles has grounded out twice, hit a home run, and struck out once. High fly ball. It will roll onto the track, rounding third. So a run will score, and it's an RBI double. So a run scores, and that brings in Ginrich, who is 2 for 4. He doubled the last time he was up. Stewart starts him off with a called strike inside. It's Ginrich down in the count, 0-1. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Ginrich is down in the count, 0-2. Runner on at second, 2 away for the Angels. They're down 11-7. One-two delivery from Stewart. Called strike, and that'll do it. That ends the ball game. A's win it 11-7. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. We'll be back after this with your final game wrap-up. We'll take this opportunity to thank some more of our sponsors: Conant Construction LLC, Wild Pines Washes Dodge City LLC, Tommy's Car Wash, First Avenue Dental PA, ITC Great Plains LLC, Hinton Plumbing Service LLC, Medical Heights Dental Center PA, Dodge City Appliance and Furniture, and Dodge City Eye Care. Finally, we'd like to thank our single sponsors: David H. Snap, Robert L. White, John F. Wilkinson, Gail L. Osmus, Mead Lumber Company Incorporated, Best Water of Southwest Kansas, and Mr. G's Liquor. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball, and we appreciate all of our sponsors for what they do to make Dodge City A's baseball possible. Well, the A's win it. They improve to 9-9 overall on the season, as they beat the Game Day Angels tonight 11-7. 11 runs, 14 hits, 1 error for the Dodge City A's. They strand 7 runners. The Game Day Angels, 7 runs on 11 hits, 4 errors, and they strand 6. Ryan Young's going to take the win on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Cosme Vera Jr. will draw the loss for the Game Day Angels. Let's take a look at the scoring. As the A's got it going early, they would send 10 to the plate in the bottom of the first. At the top of the order, Edward Gregory Jr. would lead off. He would single, followed by a Cade Colbreth single, a Justin Cruz single that would drive a run in. Jade Moreno would come up with a double that drove in 2 runs. Matt Perez, a single that would get runners aboard. And then Kane Carlos would be hit by pitch, a Blake Coleman single that drove in a run. And Isaiah Velasco would blast a home run over the center field wall just to the right of the 404 mark to drive in 2 more. The A's would lead it 7-0 after the bottom of the first. The A's would get on the board again in the third when Jacoby Radcliffe would draw a walk. He would come around to score on a Kane Carlos RBI single. The A's would be held silent for a little bit, but they would score again in the sixth as Isaiah Velasco would lead off. He would draw the walk, and then he would be driven in by a Justin Cruz single. It was an RBI single for Cruz. The A's would score again in the seventh as Matt Perez would draw a walk, followed by a Jacoby Radcliffe 2-run shot over the right field wall. As the A's would lead it. They never looked back. They led it wire to wire. They scored 7 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the sixth, and 2 in the seventh. That is their 11 runs. The Angels would score 4 in the third to make it what looked like would be a close game, as it was 7-4. But the A's would answer back. So the Angels 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the eighth, and 1 in the ninth. That'll wrap it up as the A's improve to 9-9 overall on the season. We'll tell you about the RMBL standings when we come live tomorrow night. I am Justin Hergert, along for tonight's broadcast, doing it solo. We say thank you for following along. For the entire A's board and organization, we thank you for following Dodge City A's baseball. That'll do it tonight as the A's win. We'll be back in action tomorrow night with the Game Day Angels. First pitch, 7 p.m. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball.